Namaste, Big Cat Air Signs, Grand Rising. Welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising, the planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 28th of November, the Moon in Gemini opposite Mercury in Sagittarius. Harmonizing with others could prove challenging for you today. Asserting your position could and may not yield success. Prioritize active listening instead. On the 29th, the Moon enters Cancer. Your emotional stability and security hinge on your support network. Take some time to focus on fortifying it. You also have the Moon in Cancer trining Saturn in Pisces. This presents an opportune period for business discussions, particularly with individuals of high respect and authority. Women in influential roles could be advantageous at this time. Attend to matters demanding emotional composure, as you have the mental strength. Financial decisions will come effortlessly. Avoid extravagant or unnecessary expenditures. On the 30th, the Moon in Cancer sextiles Uranus in Taurus. This marks a perfect time for socializing with friends and indulging in enjoyment. Consider making changes in your home, either in its management or through redecorating. Incorporating new technology like smart televisions, laptops and security systems into your living space is encouraged at this time. This period is ideal for crafting distinctive romantic dates and favors businesses involving high-tech products. On the 1st of December, Mercury enters Capricorn, putting an emphasis on your long-term plans and goals. Focus on the intricacies. Although your learning may not be rapid, you'll discover a deeper understanding. On the 2nd of December, Mercury in Capricorn sextiles Saturn in Pisces. Direct a more mental focus towards your goals. Deliberate on your actions thoroughly. Success is achieved through diligent efforts. You may also experience an attraction to an older individual. On the 3rd, the Moon enters Virgo. When forced with numerous tasks to complete, compile a list and organize yourself. This strategy will amplify your productivity. You also have Venus in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. This aspect is marked by envy and degradation, yes baby, which may impact significantly even the most content relationships, revealing heartbreaks and betrayals. Entering conflicts with others may be tempting. Address the root cause rather than projecting issues onto someone else. Exercise caution against reckless individuals aiming to harm your online reputation. Be discerning about your online posts. There's a potential to become infatuated with someone in authority to an obsessive degree. On the 4th, Venus enters Scorpio. In the coming 3 weeks, with Venus in Scorpio, focus on deepening intimacy with your closest connections. Superficial gestures will not be tolerated. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Make your wave. Namaste! Grand Rising air signs, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your next 7 days. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Big Cat Wave. As we dive in and unpack. Oh, you have a 7, highly spiritual number, darling dears. The numerology of the 7 is about analysis, a deeper understanding. It's about you gaining knowledge, which is giving you wisdom. You did what? You went into introspection mode, darling dears. Love it. I don't hate it. The energy of the 7 also speaks about an assessment. Somebody's about to pass some kind of an assessment. Well done. Fist bump. You also have the number of the 3. The 3 is about what? Conflict, darling. Confusion. This is a nerve-wracking time. Maybe the person who's just passed their assessment. Congratulations, right? But it also speaks about what? Tongue wrestling, fighting, quarreling, arguing. Somebody might want to argue with you over the next 7 days, darling. Just remember, diplomacy is key. And the person who has control of any argument is the one that doesn't lose their temper and doesn't raise their voice. You control what's going on in the room, darling dear. Now argue with a big cat. Ha ha. Good luck with that. You also have the energy of a 4. The 4 speaks into communication, darling dear. This is letter writing, text message. Listen, somebody might want a thumb war with you. Not a nice one, darling dear. A text messaging thumb war. Somebody's going to be receiving important communication over the next 7 days. Communication pertaining to possibly a job, a house move. It could also be, as I said, some kind of certification, darling dears. All of this and that. Love it. The energy of the 3-4, it speaks about what? Happiness in love, darling dears. Somebody's about to find their significant other, or their romance, their relationship is about to take a second wind. All whilst we're what? Fast approaching the pre-shadow of what? Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, darling dears. I told you, it starts from the 25th. Your birthday or someone significant could be on the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th. Or those might be significant dates for you, darling dears. Your luckiest numbers over the next 7 days will be 4, 5, and 7. The 7 talks about diplomacy, darling dears. Diplomacy, remember, keep your cool. Be cool hand Luke, right? The lucky letters or letters that will have some significance to you over the next 7 days is G, P, and Y. And your luckiest days will be Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, darling dears. You will have issues around the numbers 2, 3, 6, and 8. Something involving it or a combination of it, darling dear. So be on the alert for what? Fucking these blood. I just told you, somebody wants all the smoke with you. Yeah. Why? Because they're coming from a dark place and misery loves company. You better resist it, darling dear, with your everything. Your everything. The number 7 is also ruled by the Chariot, major arcana. The Chariot energy, Cancer as well as Pisces, which is ruled by the Moon. The Moon is about females, feminine energy, mother energy. So it could be a woman that wants to argue. Listen, you can't argue with a woman. You've lost already, darling dears. Unless you're another. Listen, I'm not going to set up the semantics of a war, darling dears. I'm just telling you, avoid. The Chariot energy also speaks about possibly a new vehicle. It also speaks about travel. Somebody's going to be making moves over the next 7 days, darling dears. And the Chariot energy again talks about meeting of a new partner. But it's also a reminder for you to what? Remain disciplined and keep focused on your long-term goals. Every big cat must have a plan. Why? Because you've got to what? Conceive, believe, and achieve. With what? Faith, feeling all in the heart, darling dears. And what? Keeping your mouth shut. Tell no one of your next move. Love it. I don't hate it. The number 7 is ruled by Neptune, darling dears. And Neptune is the ruler of dreams, illusions, disillusionment. Yes, baby. Your spirituality, oneness. It's also the ruler of what? Hidden enemies, darling dears. Yes, baby. So be on the alert and the lookout. Don't go looking for smoke, but I'm telling you, it will meet you, darling dears, but it's how you handle it. Remember, you're a big cat. Ibex, prototype of your lineage, darling dears. With the energy of Neptune, darling dears, some people may have an issue around drugs, alcohol. Yes, baby. All of this and that. It also rules the spinal cord, your bodily nervous processes, yeah, your nervous system, and your thalamus. So you may have an issue around that. If you are, the important communication may be a doctor's visit or a specialist visit, darling dears. All of this and that. All right, let's move on. Let's get your rune stone. Oh, good golly and gosh. You have Uras on its face, darling dears, on its face, represented by the God card in Tarot, the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Taurus is the second house, and it's the house of values, okay? It's also about your income, darling dear, your material possessions, what you prioritize in life. Somebody's also going to be releasing a habit. As I said, healing is coming for you over the next 7 days. We've already spoken about the Neptune energy, the drugs, the alcohol. Yes, baby, all of this and that. All right. Uras, darling dears, is represented by the letters U and V. So the letters that are important to you over the next 7 days is U, V, G, P, and Y. Uras is represented by the number 2 as well as the number 5, darling dears. So your lucky numbers will be 2, 5, 4. We already said 5, so 5 is very important, and 7, darling dears. When we see Uras on its face, it speaks about violence, darling dear. I told you somebody wants all the smoke. They want fisticuffs, and God forbid they want to tussle in the dust with you, bestie. Don't allow it. Are you kidding me? Everybody's got a camera phone, and you'll be on Snapchat before you know what's going on. On Snapchat with a fat eye. Listen, they're giving out 2 pieces, darling dears. 2 pieces, and not from the KFC. Listen. And if you don't know how to protect yourself, go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video, where I teach you what? Self-defense and light kung fu, darling dears. Always have 3 go-to moves. Yeah. If they go low, you're going to take them to hell, darling dear. Or, as a big cat, you'll be taking them to the church of what? Yeah. The church of Big Cat. You're having a laugh, mate. They're having a laugh. A bubble bath. That's Cockney rhyming slang. Because I am in the UK after all. Love it. But be careful, darling dears. Be very careful. Somebody's also a reminder that somebody's going to be leaving an institution. Someone is also going to be leaving a marriage, something long-term, darling dears. But it's for the betterment of yourself. Why? Because you've got a 7. This is spiritually guided. Love it. I don't hate it. You also have the energy of what? Someone is going to try and abuse their power around you, darling dears. They're going to try and put you in your place. Ha ha! Good luck with that. Remember, forewarned is forearmed. Right, let's press on at a hot trot. Let's get your Oracle Ancestral message for the next 7 days. Your first message is, look, I can't make it up, adversity. They want all the smokes of you. But remember, keep your peace, darling dears. Your natural, listen, I'm going to have to hypnotize you, right? Your natural state is of peace and abundance, right? And your motto is what? Love everyone, trust a few, paddle your own canoe. Yeah, and I will accept that challenges are the best way to learn. You learn, darling dears, and remember, read the room and don't let them draw you out. Your ancestors are saying it loud and proud. Be on the alert. But remember, the only thing you have control, or person you have control over in any situation, is yourself. And there's nothing wrong with running away, blood. You live to fight another day and file a police report. All right. Base of your deck. Patience is key. I can't listen. Your ancestors ain't not listen. They love you. They love you so much. I told you, prototype of your lineage. Keep your peace, right? I accept that everything happens in divine order. And maybe divine is allowing this to happen. Why? To test your gangster, to see what you do. And you're always majorly tested before you're blessed, darling dears. Patience is key, because adversity is on its way. Base of the deck, doubt, darling dears. Remember doubting Thomas? And at the ending of the day, never doubt thyself, darling dears. Why? It's where fear lives. And we as a big cat, we feel everything and rise. Or feel everything and what? Rise. I will release the need to know all of the answers. You won't want to know why their mind is feeble, why they are simpletons, why they look like hood-looking alfalfas. You don't need to know why. It's not for you to question. You have to understand. You are the professor of the puzzle, darling dears. You are key, and this is your time. This is your show. Don't let nobody bring no controversy to you. You don't have to engage. You sip my mocha because I ain't getting smoke blood. Right, let's get a deck. Base of your deck. Listen, I can't make it up. 7 of Wands. Stand your ground, Scotty. Even if your voice is shaking, darling dears. Stand your ground. Let no one make you feel less than, darling dears. You are in the best position. This is why they want to argue and fight with you. The 7 of Wands is also another highly spiritual number. It's telling you you're being spiritually protected and guided. But we all have free will, darling dears. You have to choose. Yeah. 7 of Wands in the upright. It also tells us that there's some kind of competition. Somebody feels in competition with you. They've got atikiphobia. They don't feel good enough. This is why they'll want to fight, darling dears. Stick to your beliefs. Stand your ground, darling dears, and have confidence. Why? Because you have ancestral protection. I love it. I don't hate it. Let's keep this right here. See what else comes up. Other messages before we ask some direct questions. Standing your ground. Yeah, because you will avoid tower moments. What? A 2-piece, right? And not from the KFC, a fat eye, your hair pulled out and punched in the face. Listen! You don't know what... Listen. If they... Oi. Oi. Yeah? King of Cups. Master your emotions. Patience is key in the face of adversity. The King of Cups feels everything in the heart, but the King of Cups is older, darling dears. You have a mature mind, or you've achieved emotional maturity. This is why your gangster will be tested over the next 7 days. Be mature, darling dears. And if you're going to get a partner, let it be the King of Cups. Remember, gender is fluid in tarot. Okay? This is the type of partner you want. Someone who is slow to speak, quick to listen. Somebody who actually loves and adores you, darling dears. This is a change you don't see coming. And you may be defensive because of past situations, but the dice already told us happiness in love. Listen to your intuition, then get their birth date and have a look at their birth natal chart, darling dears. Find out who their family is, because it could be the one sane one amongst the cray-crays, just like the in the monsters. Do you remember that old show? Yeah. Look, eggplant season for some, darling dears, but for others, this is telling you that this is spiritual guidance. Somebody's going to have to be strong. Somebody's going to be making a decision to actually move. I'm talking about physically take all their belongings and head out. Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This is about you tapping into your spiritual energy. This is going to achieve growth that you hadn't felt until this time, darling dears. Something that you didn't see coming. Yeah. Let me clarify the 7 of Wands. Yeah. Stand your ground, darling dears, because you've been working hard. You are loyal, you are diligent, and it's about you're about to get some kind of a payday. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is focused, darling dears, who takes it one step at a time, forwards, ever forwards, never backwards. Let's clarify the Tower. Listen, a gift from God. A situation that you're not going to be sure about, right? This is my ring-bearing card. It's also my opportunities card, darling dears. You see this archway? This is a new beginning. You're about to step through to a new phase in your life. This is why the fucking ease is coming out the woodworks from the feeble-minded. Clarify the King of Cups. Thank you. I can't make it up. Relationship season for some, darling dears. Like attracting like. This is somebody looking at someone with adulation, but it's also something you don't see coming. The Queen of Cups is not looking around. She's focused on her own nurturing. It also speaks about highly spiritual, somebody on your wavelength, darling dear, that speaks your lingo. Right next to the Ace of Wands, spiritually guided. Somebody will be going into a divine union with true love's first kiss. Yeah, something that you're going to want to keep. Yeah. And again, keep your peace, blood. Yeah, don't get mad, right? This burden is not for you. 10 of Wands on the Ace of Wands. This is a new spiritual beginning for you, darling dears. Look, Strength card again, spiritual card. And the Strength card means avoid drama of all kinds. You don't need to be getting into it with the simpletons. Right? Unless you be tarred with the same karma brush, blood, and take 7 steps back spiritually when you're about to be gifted from the Most High. Your ancestors said this. Patience. Yeah. Look, disappoint them with your calmness. Don't involve your emotions. If you act on your emotions, one act could be a lifetime of regret, darling dears. A lifetime. Who wants that? Nobody wants that smoke. I don't want that smoke. A lifetime. Lifetime's a long time, blood. Right, let's ask the question. How's your finances looking over the next 7 days? Finances for my air signs. Oh, 10 of Pentacles, darling dears. Plus the Wheel of Fortune, right? Plus it's moving quickly towards you. Soul's energy is the fastest moving energy. Your money's looking good. This is a new job. I'm also seeing certification, accolades. Somebody's also moving to foreign lands, going to be living amongst foreign people, darling dears. You're getting the green light for go, 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 Power Rangers. You could also be moving districts, states, but you're definitely moving. And the money will turn up, darling dears. Beware of betrayal because of this blessing, this financial blessing. But then again, Pentacles is about tangible things. It's about your dependables, your lendables. It's about your practicality. But it's also telling you that you'll be afforded loyalty. If you're looking for a bank loan, some kind of loan, some kind of financial assistance, you'll get it, darling dears. But beware of betrayal. Yeah. From groups, darling dear. Be careful of groups. But this is also my marriage card, my ring-bearing card. Somebody's going to be going into a situation where their partner is wealthy or at least rich. One of the two, darling dear. They got their own skrillers. But then again, I also have to caution you because I'm your best friend, darling dears. So what if they've got money? What about your money? Never be too dependent on someone else. Are you kidding me? Listen. Yeah. Chariot energy. Chariot energy. Spiritual blessing. Listen to your intuition and your discernment. Somebody's also going to be taking a chance, maybe even gambling. For others, you'll be hearing of some kind of inheritance, foreign inheritance. But there's going to be betrayal around this inheritance. Be careful, because some countries, when you go to pick up the inheritance, the relatives that are there, they're waiting to make you brown bread, blood. Be very careful in that situation. But your money is good over the next 7 days. Let's give it another shifty. Let's see, relationships. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Destined people are destined to cross your path over the next 7 days. Look, someone from the past would like to come back like Beetlejuice or Candyman, but you have to focus on the opportunities and the options. Yes, avoid this Tower moment. Do the what? Matrix and skeet. Don't go back to any past situations as far as relationships are concerned. You'll be on the what? The hamster wheel of the rinse and repeat of karmic cycles, darling dears. This is someone that was not happy that you left a job. It could be a relationship, a marriage, whatever it is, a friendship, whatever you left behind, darling dear. Wash your face like David. This is about the healing that you've received, darling dears, because you are pouring away what no longer serves you. And relationships, somebody is about to be stepping out as a star. If you have a platform, things are about to change for you, darling dears. Yeah, you thought that everything was over for you, but listen, you're in your second wind. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Love it. Star card also speaks about a benefactor, someone to support you, darling dears. Yeah, full on healing from past relationships that you've let go of, darling dears. They have no power over you, and you're winning. Yep, feeling victorious. You should do. What you overcame, darling dears. Right, any obstacles for the air signs for the next 7 days? Any obstacles? Yeah, people that have no plan for their future, darling dears. No plan for their future. Yeah, and it's the truth, darling dear. This goes to 4 of Wands. It's up and down. This is people that are on shaky ground. People that are trying to judge you by their own level of achievement. Yeah, and they're proper shady, but they're all going to be revealed to you. Moon energy. Moon again is mother energy. We discussed the moon already. It could be female energy, but it's like betrayers, backstabbers, all of this and that. People from the past are going to try and be resurrected. Look, it fell off at the Justice card. You come from with the truth. You may even have to call the police, darling dears. Get a habeas corpus on them. Yeah, for what? In the name of restraining order. This is your new beginning. It's time for you to what? Let the past go once and for all, right? So that you can step out in faith, darling dears, not in fear. New beginning for you. And it also again speaks about a partner coming towards you, one that is dependable. Justice card, darling dears. Justice card. What about the opportunities? We saw that it looks fabulous so far. What about any opportunities that wasn't shown already? Yeah, the opportunity is the chance to shut up, right? Don't get involved in the tongue wrestling. Don't listen to no gossip, darling dears. Don't, right? You don't listen to that, and you're coming off like the Queen of Peas. And you have to remember, the Queen of Peas is the Queen of Peas, Pentacles, certificates, darling dears, ascension, making what? Bringing more tangible things into your life. And for others, you're pregnant at this moment in time, or you have progeny. You've got no business fighting. No, what kind of example is this? Right? I'm a pointer, not a picker, right? Yes. Avoid the toxic, darling dears. Don't go back to the past, because you can't fix what's already broken, darling dears. And you will find no healing in circumstances and situations that are broken. Queen of Pentacles gets down, goes through their DNS. What's that? The dark night of the soul, because you're the red light, green light champion, as am I, of 79, darling dears. Knowing that you are a good advisor, you're solid, you're dependable, darling dears. And I said, somebody's going to be looking at certification that is going to be what? Their key to a new future. Leave the past where it is. The opportunity in that is to know your worth and add tax. Not everybody deserves a seat at your table. Law 16 of the 48 laws of power. Your shapely back is well and truly turned in situations where there was no true love. Emotional manipulation to the 10th power. Know your worth. Let's get your final advice. All right. Yeah, somebody feels guilty. Let that bajuju stay with them. They didn't think you'd get a second win. This 2 of Cups, they're going to watch you go into union, a new job. Whatever that cup, those cups are filled with, darling dears, it's a gift from the divine. Remember I told you that? Somebody feels really guilty. But let's guess what? Their tongue is about to be what? Held, as their eyes are opened, as they realize that you ain't coming back. They can't come back. Whoever did that, listen, they can't come back. The cards don't lie. But it's also about ruminating thoughts about a past situation. You're not doing that anymore. Why? You've ascended. Queen of Pentacles, you know your worth. You looked within, right? Spiritually protected, grounded, darling dears. And always speak your truth, even if your voice is shaking. And in saying that, not everybody deserves the benefit of your wisdom, and don't argue with anyone. Again, I've told you, we've got two sevens in juxtaposed, darling dears. This is about you wanting more light-hearted fun, and it's also about love coming into your life. Yes, there is. We see it from the 2 of Cups. But the love has to start with love of self. Let's get a final deck, and then we're out of here to get great. Yeah, focus on your work. Some of you are artists, but we've all got the creativities, darling dears. What's the grief? Be careful of overworking. Yeah. Whatever you went through in the past, darling dears, maybe you hid yourself in work, in your studies, right? That energy is dissipating, but you're still being watched by the hillbilly investigators, darling dears. The blessed and highly favored are always under surveillance because you use gratitude, right? Part of the 6 G's, you've got God, goals, gifts, greatness, growth, and gratitude, darling dears. This is why you're getting the blessing, and this is why you're being forewarned. Don't let no one draw you out. On that note, I drops me mic to love to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. If you'd like a personal read, please hit me up in the Gmail. All of my intel is in the description box below. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Big Cat Wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat, cat.